All right, Shalom. Giving all praises and glory and honor and respect to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. And peace and blessings to the elect worldwide that believe in His truth and that endure in His word sincerely and faithfully. Um, I have another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. Um, I have an article up from the website Bloomberg.com or Bloomberg News, and basically the topic uh, this article is dealing with is famine. All right, and the coming famine, and things that's going on worldwide that's soon to come to America. All right. So the headline reads: Venezuelans throng grocery stores under military protection, and this is dated January the 9th, 2015. All right, I'm just going to read the article. It says shoppers thronged grocery stores across Caracas today as deepening shortages led the government to put Venezuela's food distribution under military protection. All right. So Venezuela is dealing with a food shortage or a scarcity of food in the country and in these different cities. So in order to regulate who gets what food and what goes out and also what comes in, they've dispatched um, the military to protect these different stores and places that is um, selling these groceries. It says long lines, some stretching for blocks, formed outside grocery stores in the South American country's capital as residents search for scarce basic items such as detergent and chicken. Now, I want to say this. Um, you have these different countries around the world dealing with different perplexities and um, different calamities and things that's going on overseas. We look at these things here in America and, we watch the news, but according to the Bible and according to the scriptures, this place America is known as Babylon the Great Whore, um, spiritual Egypt, all these things that you see that's going on. Like for example, in the article I'm bringing out um, now today, dealing with Venezuela, these things are coming to America. Okay, these things are coming to America um, through the spirit and the will and the power of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. All right, according to prophecy. All right, and I'm gonna read one of those prophecies now, because um, another word for a scarcity of food or a food shortage is famine. Okay, so this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, and verse 15. It says, "The sword is without, and the pestilence, and the famine within." All right. It says, "He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him." All right. So this is a prophecy that the Most High gave Ezekiel to come on the earth, number one, but also to come upon mainly America, which is Babylon in the scriptures. Okay, and this is dealing with the punishment of the Israelites. Okay, 2/3 of the Israelites are going to be destroyed according to the scriptures. All right, and one of the ways that he's going to um, uh, punish the Israelites, destroy 2/3 of Israel. Okay, and also these heathens, starting with the so-called white man, the African, Chinese, on down. All right, one of those ways is famine. All right, now he's going to use pestilence, which is diseases, which now you got this Ebola outbreak, which is supposed to be, according to mainstream news, it's supposed to be out of hand. Okay, but those things are going to take place. Okay, here in America. All right, now you got the famine. You have the sword, which is dealing with these different police shootings. Okay, martial law, America's more and more showing itself to be a police state. Okay, and these things are going to come upon these different cities here in America. All right, and for an example of what's to come to America, I have this article that's dealing with Venezuela. All right, so it says shoppers throng grocery stores across Caracas today as deepening shortages led the government to put Venezuela's food distribution under military protection. That's martial law. Okay, whenever you enact the military to um, basically run the city, so to speak, okay, or to take over certain areas, that's martial law. Okay, it says long lines, some stretching for blocks, formed outside grocery stores in the South American country's capital as residents search for scarce basic items such as detergent and chicken. All right, and this is a quote here. It says, "I visited 6 stores already today looking for detergent. I can't find it anywhere," said Elizabeth Elsa, a 27-year-old janitor waiting in line outside a supermarket in eastern Caracas. All right, and just to note, you have this image here. This is an example of these long lines, man, stretching around these different stores and stuff around the block, man. You got people running across the street, okay, you know, looking for these uh, groceries, man. These different stores and trying to feed themselves. All right. It says we're wearing our dirty clothes again because we can't find it. At this point, I'll buy whatever I can find, and that's desperation, man. And that's the type of desperation the Most High is soon to bring on you people here in America. Okay, on you Americans, man. You so-called Americans. Okay, that desperation, man. You're gonna be wearing dirty clothes for weeks at a time, man. Cause it's gonna be bad over here, man. Cause America paints itself to be prosperous and beautiful. All right, but we know that that's a farce and that's a damn lie. Okay, and as things continue to grow out of control here, these are the type of scenes you're gonna see, man. Long lines stretching across the street, man. Going around buildings, man. People gonna be fighting for food, killing each other. All right, and that's the punishment of the Lord, like I read in Ezekiel chapter 7. All right, it says a dearth of foreign currency exasperated by collapsing oil prices has led to shortages of imports from toilet paper to car batteries. All right, now I looked up that word dearth in the dictionary, and I'm gonna read it real quick. This is actually from Webster's New Collegiate Dictionary. All right, so you know the source. I don't have it on the screen, but I'm gonna read it for you. This is for the definition of dearth. All right, give me 1 second. Right. All right. So it says dearth. Um, dearth. Scarcity. You see, scarcity. Famine. An inadequate supply. Lack. Okay, and that's what's going on. Okay, an inadequate supply of groceries. So Venezuela has had to send in due to collapsing oil prices, as the article reads, and the shortages of food or the lack thereof. They had to call in the military to deal with the inadequate supply. All right. So it says a dearth of foreign currency, exasperated by collapsing oil prices, has led to shortages of imports, Salakia, from toilet paper to car batteries. So because oil prices are falling, because a lot of people are happy gas is down to $2. You know, you have a little bit of extra money to buy whatever. You know, you can get where you're going. You know, without having to dig too much into your pockets. And like the scripture says in the apocrypha, man, victuals shall be so cheap upon earth, they shall think themselves to be in a good case. and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, man. So even though you had these collapsing oil prices, gas is down to $2 and some change, evils are growing upon the earth, man. And because of that, as an example here in Venezuela, all right, it's led to shortages, man, of imports of things coming into the country and into the city, right? It says from toilet paper to car batteries, and help push annual inflation to 64% in November. And that was like 2 months ago. Okay, all right. Now I looked up that word exasperated too because that's a key of understanding what they're actually saying here. Okay, and the word exasperate um, from the Latin exasperatus, which means harsh or bitter, uh, to make more violent, bitter, or severe. Um, okay, so basically they have a severe um, where it speaks about the foreign currency. Okay, things is things are going down because of these collapsing oil prices, and that's leading to shortages. Okay, severely. All right. So it says here, it says the lines will persist as long as price controls remain in place. Okay, so they're controlling the price. All right, of what they can buy. It says Luis Vicente Leon, director of Caracas-based polling from Data said today in a telephone interview. All right. It says government officials met with representatives from supermarket chains today to guarantee supplies, state news agency AVN reported. Interior Minister Carmen Melendez said yesterday that security forces would be sent to food stores and distribution centers to protect shoppers. All right, so they got to send in security forces to protect these shoppers from looting and violence and all of that, right? Here's an image of the type of um, shortages that these grocery stores are experiencing, man. And that's how it's going to be here in America soon to come. It says into desperation, right? And I said that earlier. It says don't fall into desperation. We have the capacity and products for everyone with calmness and patience. The stores are full, she said on state television. And this is this woman, Carmen Melendez, okay, quoting what she said. All right, so it's basically, and the more these people, these leaders or whatnot, they try to calm the people down, the more they gonna panic. Okay, it says President Nicolas Maduro last week vowed to implement an economic counteroffensive to steer the country out of recession. Isn't that what's going on here in America? Got Obama uh, 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 bailing out the banks and giving out these stimulus packages, and the media portrays the job market supposed to be doing better than it was, in '08 and '09, and we're supposed to be slowly but surely coming back. But really, America's going down, just like Venezuela here. Okay, it says President Nicolas Maduro last week vowed to implement an economic counteroffensive to steer the country out of recession, including an overhaul of the foreign exchange system. He is yet to provide details, while the main government-controlled exchange sets a rate of 6.3 bolivars, which I believe that's the currency down there, per U.S. dollar. The black market rate is as much as 187 per dollar. So that just lets you know what's really going on. Um, Inside a planned Suarez grocery store yesterday in eastern Caracas, shelves were mostly bare. Customers struggle and fought for items at times, with many trying to skip lines. And that's what's going to happen, man. You niggas, man, when the Most High start bringing his hell, y'all going to be going to these different grocery stores, Kroger and Publix and, these different, store chains, Walmart, man, and y'all going to be fighting and, beating each other up just to get these items. All right. So it says customers struggled and fought for items at times, with many trying to skip lines. The most sought after products included detergent, right? Because you gotta wash clothes, you gotta, you know, be clean and whatnot. It says with customers waiting in line for 2 to 3 hours to buy a maximum of 2 bags. Just 2 bags of some Tide or some Gain or whatever off-brand or whatever detergent you use. Just to buy 2 bags, you're gonna stand in lines for hours, man. It says a security guard asked that photos of empty shelves not be taken because they don't want to alarm the people. Well, that's what's gonna be the norm here in America soon to come. Um, it says police inside a Lubabres supermarket in eastern Caracas intervened to help staff distribute toilet paper and other products. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind um, when I read this was it was a scene in the movie Contagion where they was giving out rations of food out the back of a truck, and the military came in. All right, it was like a checkpoint. They had a spot set up to where they was distributing food, and they were basically giving out what different supplies that people needed, and it was limited, and it was to a point to where it got low and they didn't have no more, and the people basically bum rushed the truck, I believe. You know, so that's what's coming, man. All right, but the elect, we don't have to worry about that. Now the next headline reads looming fear, but you know what? The elect of Israel, we don't have to worry about. Lord willing, I'm one of those elect men, but the elect are not going to have to worry about you know the looming fear of famine and you know these different lootings and these uh, lack of food. Okay, I got a scripture. This is the book of Job. I'm gonna go to the book of Job real quick. Job chapter 5, verse 20. It says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword." Okay, so when this famine takes place here in America, the Most High, He's going to save us and deliver us, and He's going to keep us safe. All right. Now I wasn't able to get the scripture, but there's a scripture in Isaiah 65, verse 13, reads, "My servant shall eat." Okay. So the servants of the Most High and the elect, we're going to eat. Okay, and be satisfied. Now this is verse 22. At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. All right. So we're going to be laughing at famine, at destruction. Okay, when the white man start getting his judgment, when 2/3 of you niggas start getting your judgment. All right, we're going to be eating and we're going to be full, man. We're going to be satisfied. Okay, to heart's content. Okay, as the Lord wills it. All right. So going back to the article, it says looming fear. It says you can't find anything. I spent 15 days looking for diapers. Jean-Paul Matte, a meat vendor, said outside the Louvre Bar store. You have to take off work to look for products. I go to at least 5 stores a day. All right. So that's the situation that's going on, man. You got these different stores and these different people in these cities, man. Down in Venezuela, they're having a food shortage. But that's what's coming, man. All right. It says Venezuelan online news outlet Vivo Play posted a video of government food security regulator Carlos Osorio being interrupted by throngs of shoppers searching for products as he broadcast on state television from a bicentennial government-run supermarket in central Caracas. So that's you know um, martial law. It says what we're seeing is worse than usual. It's not only a seasonal problem, Delta Analisis Leon said. Companies are not sure how they will restock their inventories or find merchandise with the looming fear of a devaluation. Okay, because of the the imports aren't coming in. So if they're not getting any imports, then they can't stock the shelves. It says the price for Venezuela's oil, which accounts for more than 95% of the country's exports, has plunged by more than half from last year's peak in June to $47 a barrel this month. This is the worst it has ever been. I've seen lines I've seen lines thousands of people long. Grizzly Harpe, a 42-year-old data analyst, said that she waited for dish soap in eastern Caracas. People are so desperate they're sleeping in the lines. Okay, and that's what's happening, man. Okay, you're having these different famines and these different calamities. Like you just had this terror attack in France, this false flag in France. Okay, but they send out their security forces, thousands of troops to look for these guys, man. And that's what they're getting you used to seeing on the news, man. When things happen, it's outside of local police control, local government control. The government must come in. The feds or the national government must come in and regulate. And they're doing it with these famines here. Okay, they're doing it with these different attacks. Okay, these different protests here in America. Okay, because the new world order plan is on the way, and it's only going to get worse here in 2015. All right. Okay. So I got another script. This is from the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 8. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be earthquakes in diverse places, and there should be famines and troubles." Okay, so now I just gave you an example of a famine in Venezuela. All right, and there's also troubles. If you when you watch the news and turn the news on, there's all kind of troubles, man. Like I said, there's terrorist attacks, these protests, these police shootings of these young so-called blacks here in America. Okay, rumors of wars, skirmishes breaking out in the Middle East. Okay, Yahweh Shah spoke about these things before, so we're in that time period now. It says these are the beginnings of sorrows. So that's what you gotta prepare your mind for: sorrow. Okay, suffering, things to come. Okay, that's gonna have you endure a hard day, a hard time period, man. Okay, which will come into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and one of those things to come in Jacob's trouble is famine. Okay, matter of fact, what the Venezuelans are Israelites. Okay, these Venezuelans down in South America, they're Israelites. Okay, so with them being one of the tribes, man, they're experiencing um, the beginning of sorrows coming in the Jacob's trouble down where they're at. Okay, in Venezuela. I got one more scripture to pull up. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37. Um, Psalm chapter 37, because the elect, we're not going to have to worry about. Um, we're not going to have to worry about these uh, these uh, these famines and these martial law and these riots and all of that, these race wars, because the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to is going to uh, is going to bless us. All right. Okay, I found it. Hold on one second. All right. This is Psalm chapter 37, verse 19. It says, "They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied." All right. So when all this evil does come to America, all right, because it will come, all right. Like I said, the elect we're gonna be satisfied. Okay. Verse 20. "But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, and to smoke shall they consume away." All right. Um, verse 25. It says, "I have been young and now am old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread." So in that time of evil, we're not going to be begging for bread and having to be, in a time of desperation. Because ultimately, through your faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you're going to be satisfied. Okay, you're going to be safe. All right. Um, but that's it on that. I just want to bring this article out pertaining to what's going on worldwide in the news. Okay, especially according to prophecy, because it is GMS news and prophecy. Okay, and what's soon to come to America. All right. So with that, I'm gonna give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashmi Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone of GMS, and peace and blessings to the elect. And with that, Lord willing, I'll see you in the next GMS news and prophecy. Shalom.